Coming up next, 11 Most Underrated Songs, the Alan Parsons Project. Please hit like and subscribe. 11 Most Underrated Songs, the Alan Parsons Project. Number 11. The Gold Bug. The Gold Bug would seem to be an extension of their Potic debut, but the record's thoughtful and calculated arrangements tie things together. The Gold Bug may be the best mix of instrumental mind candy and memorable songs in the Parsons catalog. The sax-driven instrumental The Gold Bug is quintessential Parsons, despite its somewhat spacey, dreamy rhythm and vocal backing. The allure of the desert highway, the glow of the neon lights on the horizon, and the whispers of fortune in the arid wind. A man consumed by the pursuit of material wealth, driven by the promise of riches and the thrill of the unknown. Number 10. Money Talks. Speaking of the promise of riches, from the final Alan Parsons Project album Gaudi, released in 1987, Money Talks has a quirky guitar motif driving it, and John Miles sings it well. It is catchy enough, but again a welcome track for fans of the earlier rock-pop-driven hits. Number 9. What Goes Up. What Goes Up from the Pyramid album released in 1978, with sarcastic lyrics about making monuments to yourself, and touches on man's fascination with superstition and its powers. The song with its pyramid-esque theme, and questions about whether these would truly be structures to last for the remainder of time. If all things must fall, why build a miracle at all? If all things must pass, even a pyramid won't last. And what goes on in your life is writing on the wall. Number 8. You Lie Down with Dogs. For the most part, 1979's Eve is somewhat overlooked as being one of the Alan Parsons Project's finest work. In fact, it involves some of this group's most intricate songs. The album's concept deals with the female's overpowering effect on man. Each song touches on her ability to dissect the male ego, especially through sexual means, originating with Eve's tempting Adam in the beginning of time.
Such a cruel woman, but I love you. Open up your eyes and realize.
You Lie Down with Dogs has a rough, solid blues feel with a funky kind of beat, underneath its all-too-polished surface. Even the loutish majority of lyrics bears wit with its gender-inclined mudslinging.
Lie down with dogs and get up with me.
Number 7. Ammonia Avenue. Ammonia Avenue from the self-titled album released in 1984. The album touches upon how the lines of communication between people are diminishing and how we as a society grow more spiritually isolated and antisocial. The concept name has been reported that Eric Wolfson was visiting an ICI plant in the UK when he saw a street called Ammonia Avenue lined with pipes, and the image stuck with him. The song indeed begins with a delightful melodic piano that sets a serene tone, seamlessly leading into intricate acoustic guitar work that creates a warm, inviting atmosphere. This introduction builds a solid foundation for Eric Wolfson's vocals, which breathe life into the poignant lyrics, particularly the memorable line, "And who are we to criticize?" This catchy phrase resonates and lingers, enhancing the song's overall appeal. One of the track's highlights is undoubtedly the acoustic guitar solo in the middle, where it is expertly complemented by lush orchestral backing, creating a moment of pure musical magic. As the song evolves from a beautiful ballad into a more complex, progressive piece, it showcases the Alan Parsons Project's incredible songwriting capabilities and their knack for blending emotion with intricate compositions. Number 6. Children of the Moon. Children of the Moon, from the Eye in the Sky album released in 1982, delivers the kind of progressive music you can hear on older APP albums. A liberal use of piano and synthesizer, a horn section, cool harmony vocals, and progressive beats allow the band to shift away from the standard pop-rock song structure. Children of the Moon has an unusual melody, and Ian Bairnson provides yet another interesting guitar solo, and a very good one at that. But it's David Payton's moment as vocalist that brings it home. With the Bible Exodus-like lyrics, "Follow the pilgrim to the temple of the dawn. The altar's empty and the sacrifice is gone. We let the madmen write the golden rules. We were no more than mortal fools." Please hit like and subscribe. Number 5. Some Other Time. The amazing, perfectly constructed Some Other Time, from the I, Robot album released in 1977, features a haunting and seductive piano, acoustic guitar, gentle keyboards, and emotionally distant vocal, along with song construction that builds beautifully. It literally floats as it captivates the listener. Paul McCartney unintentionally helped to inspire the song Some Other Time. Parsons had asked if McCartney could read a line of poetry for the band's first album in exchange for a favor Parsons had previously done him. McCartney replied by saying, "Some other time, Alan, some other time." This gave the band an idea for a song title. For Some Other Time, Parsons faced some difficulties finding the right vocalist. In the end, he decided to use Peter Straker on the verses and Jockey Whitron on the choruses. It's interesting to note that most listeners don't realize that the lead vocal is performed by 2 singers, one male, one female. Number 4. From the final Alan Parsons Project album Gaudi, released in 1987, La Sagrada Familia kicks off as the first track, with much pomposity and orchestration. The track is majestic, uplifting, and well-structured with killer melodies and wonderful vocals by John Miles. It is a loosely conceptual song inspired by the Barcelonan architect legend Antoni Gaudi, most openly so on La Sagrada Familia. That's the famous cathedral which never was finished. In particular, La Sagrada Familia works in elements of traditional Spanish music and bombastic opera, offering a richer range of sounds than the band had offered since at least as far back as Turn of a Friendly Card. Definitely a must-have for die-hard Project fans. Number 3. Can't Take It With You. Can't Take It With You, from the Pyramid album released in 1978. The track starts with an Egyptian-like atmosphere. After all, we are talking about pyramids here. Then follows a very cool riff, percussive touches, a background choir, complete with a Gilmore Pink Floyd-esque guitar solo. Can't Take It With You has some of the finest moments of the band, with former 60s crooner Dean Ford on vocals.
And you can't take it with you, no matter what you do.
Dean's delivery on the chorus's most memorable line, "No, you can't take it with you. Not the place you're going to." As his plea to the listeners, to state, "I'm just obeying orders. I'm a simple soul like you." Number 2. Silence and I.
We're 2 of a kind.
Silence and I from the Eye in the Sky album released in 1982 stands out as a remarkable testament to the progressive rock genre, showcasing the quintessential elements that define APP's vintage sound. The track begins with Eric Woolfson's haunting vocal delivery, which expertly encapsulates themes of inner isolation and secrecy. This introspective tone is masterfully juxtaposed with a powerful interlude that serves as a dramatic shift, embracing the symphonic richness that fans of the genre have come to love. As the song unfolds, the listener is treated to a climactic orchestration featuring strings, brass, and woodwinds. The fluid transition into a melodic guitar solo by Ian Bairnson brings an exhilarating twist, sending shivers down the spine as it perfectly complements the previously established motifs. Number 1. The Turn of a Friendly Card, Part 1 and 2. If the tracks, games people play, and time are the Turn of Friendly cards, Straight Flush and Full House, then Turn of a Friendly Card, Part 1 and 2 are the albums, Royal Flush. The suite is bookended by the two parts of Turn of a Friendly Card itself, released in 1979 from the self-titled album. The Turn of the Friendly Card B-side is La Pièce de Résistance, a 16 and 22-minute epic divided in 5 parts. The Turn of the Friendly Card Part 1 starts with a catchy chorus, very melancholic and well-elaborate, ideal for Chris Rainbow's voice. But the soft orchestration by Andrew Powell is the one that deserves more attention. Precise volume, but soft enough not to mess with the main structure. The Turn of the Friendly Card Part 2 is even better than Part 1. It's true they return to the main chorus, but it's more orchestral, and with many changes that were not present in the first part. Also, the fact that it closes the album gives a melancholic atmosphere very pleasant. The coda by Powell and his orchestra must be one of the best works the band has ever done, and the outro guitar work by Ian might be his best work ever. And the game never ends. When your whole world depends
on the turn of a friendly card.
Please let us know if we left off a song from this list and comment. We love to hear from you. I heard it on the X.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
All right, Elvis has left the building.
Tell them you heard it on the X.